And now for the latest, let's go live to Cristian Benavides in Santo Domingo. Cristian, what are officials saying about what has now become a recovery effort?
Mary, officials believe that official death toll will rise throughout the day today. Now that this is a recovery mission, they're able to more effectively go into the rubble and be able to find and identify those victims that are still buried in there. We spoke to one family this morning who yesterday throughout the day was here waiting to hear news about their loved one. And today we catched up with them once again, and they told us that they did recover the bodies of their family members overnight. And yesterday, there were hundreds of people who were here just waiting to hear news about their loved ones. All of those folks are now at the local morgue, where some of the bodies that are being discovered here are being taken to. So this is now a recovery mission. It's unclear how many more people are still buried in the rubble.
And Cristian, even without the high-profile deaths of a legendary merengue singer and two former Major League Baseball players, this would have been a national tragedy. I mean, what has the public reaction been to this collapse?
Well, I'll tell you that yesterday, some of the families that we spoke to said that when we first started to hear that this perhaps could turn into a recovery mission, there was some anger among some of the families that were here, saying that the officials were giving up too soon, that they should search even more. In fact, there were teams from Mexico and Israel, search and rescue teams that arrived just yesterday in order to help with the search. So a lot of families here were sort of surprised by that notice that this would potentially turn into a recovery mission. And then when that was confirmed at 11 o'clock, we do know that some families were upset. But there are other families, like the one that we spoke to this morning, who are grateful that they were able to recover their body, the body of their loved one quicker because of the decision that was made by authorities here. Again, it's a tough thing to witness, and more than that, folks are now starting to ask questions about how is it that something like this could have happened. There was a fire that took place at this nightclub a few years ago, and so there are questions about whether or not the structural integrity of the building may have been affected by that fire. And obviously, a lot of questions this morning. People are just sort of wondering, what is it that caused this? And of course, waiting to hear word about their loved one and wondering how much higher could this death toll get.
Just devastating. Cristian Benavides live in the Dominican Republic. Cristian, thank you. We'll have a full report coming up at 7 on CBS Mornings.